Hey guys, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. So today, Robin and I are doing our companion videos for wellness updates. Hey Robin, how you doing? Hope you're well today. I have a technology issue lately. So I was filming when I was doing the September layout, and I don't know what happened, but only a part of it recorded. I had no calls, no nothing. So I think my phone is just starting to go, guys. So let's move this over, and we're gonna have a whole big chat about August and September. Let me show you first. I did put my colored friction pens in here, and actually I need the red and green that are right there. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set some goals, and we're gonna talk about August and all kinds of goodness. All right, so August, here we go. So I have been obviously still checking in with my dinners. I did forget those 2 days, and you may remember in a previous video, I mentioned that I was not noting it in my daily duo on the weekend. In fact, let me show you. So when I do Saturdays and Sundays, of course, you know, I have to start writing it in now. So that's what I started doing. So I might actually use stickers to do that in the future. But just as a side note, that was what happened at the beginning part of the month. And the minute I realized it, by the time I got to Monday when I was writing things in, that's when I realized, okay, I need to start making note of it. And from there on in, that changed. I have been eating out less. However, I did still eat out. I am still eating better, but like last night, today is the 21st, last night, Bobby and I went to Johnny K's. I did get the chicken tenders because I wanted to try something different. They were excellent. I did get a milkshake last night. He actually had suggested we go there for milkshakes, and you know, I can't resist a good milkshake. So there you go. But the rest of the dinners are actually pretty good. This one only happened because we were out late. And I know whatever I had planned for dinner that night, I ended up making for Saturday. But by the time I got to here, I couldn't remember what it was. I know we didn't eat out. I know we ate home both days. But yeah, lately, that's literally how fast I forget what we have for dinner. So, but you know, everything else has been really good. We've been having salads quite a bit. I've been making even like turkey BLTs. So yeah, grilled chicken salad. So really good. Taco salad, Taco Tuesday, but we still had salad. So, you know, good. I'm good about that. I didn't do anything about my stats this week, or this month, I should say. I have not changed in size. So literally everything that, you know, I've lost is obviously staying off. Now, I don't know if my weight is going to show that number when I check in September. I am curious to see. So we'll get to that in a minute. But I wonder if my weight is just redistributing. It's possible. I do know that I am still solidly in the size 12 where I used to be in the 14. So I have not gained the weight back. So I'm excited about that. I have been taking vitamins, but I've been getting a little lax because I've been doing intermittent fasting in the mornings. And so I end up taking vitamins only at night. I want to get back to taking my vitamins twice a day, and we're going to discuss that, you know, in a little bit more detail in a second. I am resting when needed. I do get outside. I am staying active, even though I'm not working out. So I'm still, you know, doing a lot of stuff. Healthy meals, I am still continuing. I would like to eat out a little bit less. I would like to rein that in a little bit more. I do want to get back on track. I have not done any stretching, cardio, exercise, which is why that whole thing is blank. I haven't been reading each day. Look at this cute little bee down here, by the way, with his little book. How cute. So anyway, I have been reading most days. Not necessarily each day, but this is a nice little reminder, and he's just adorable. So I did fill out my currently. This was part of the thing that I filmed and didn't take. I am currently reading the Amish Candy Shop Mysteries. I did actually even read the one that was supposed to be for Christmas. I just couldn't stop reading them. I am taking a break from them currently. I am starting a different series that I have never read before, so we'll get into that in my reading journal video. I am enjoying quiet time. I'm finding sometimes during the day I will just sit with the dog and we'll just chill on the couch, and that's kind of nice too. I am planning my winter collections, and I have some limited, not limited, but special collections coming. You'll hear about more of that in release videos. I have been watching a little bit more TV with with Jesse, I will watch Criminal Minds. So he and I will snuggle up on the couch and watch that. With my husband, Bobby, him and I have been watching Treadstone. We got through the whole season 1. I think they canceled it after that. So I did order our Blacklist season 9 and 10 DVDs. So I'm hoping we get those soon because that'll give us something else to watch. This is part of what leads back to this. I am feeling hot all the time. Currently, as we speak, I'm actually having a hot flash. So literally, it's very similar to how it was when I started with the perimenopause. I will note that they are shorter in duration and I recover more quickly, but I think the vitamins are a big thing. So I'm going to make sure I go back to taking my vitamins twice a day because I wonder if the fact that I have not been taking them as much in the morning, if that is somehow leading back to that. So we're going to figure that out. But everything else is staying relatively on track. I've not had a cycle in 8 weeks. I have not done my color, have not done my nails, obviously. Here, every flower that ever bloomed had a bee that believed in it. I thought that was absolutely perfect, especially with this little sweetheart down here. So yeah, that's kind of where August is. Clearly nothing was done, so nothing has been written in. I did take note in here about my cycles and the hot flashes and all that. So I do want to start tracking my symptoms better in September. So that leads us to the next month. So I have goals here. I definitely want to be stretching 3 to 4 times a week. I want to start going back to doing simple calisthenics, even if it's only 2 to 3 times a week. Vitamins twice a day, every day. Because I notice it seems like when I do take the vitamin D more regularly, the hot flashes seem to be much less. So that I found interesting. So if I can get back on track and take them every single day, twice a day, I think that'll be better. I will still do intermittent fasting, but I'm going to keep it to just doing it on Saturdays and then have an earlier dinner. So we'll see how that goes. I do want to make sure I'm tracking all the progress and noting all my symptoms. Now, so here is the cute, let me take this out of the way. So here is this adorable kit from Robin. I absolutely love apples. You guys know I've released an apple collection. She also has these adorable apple collections. So fall, of course, is starting on the 22nd officially. Thank you, God, because I'm kind of done with it. But yeah, everything is here. And I thought this turned out absolutely adorable. So here, lots of stuff to talk about. Stats, I want to make sure I do at least weigh in this month. I'm not going to be so concerned about maybe measuring, although I would be curious to see, the differences between September and October. I would like to get back on track for September, October, November, and December and taking, measurements and weighing in because I would like to see if any of those numbers are changing. I have stayed at the steady area where I'm at. Like I said, I'm solidly in a size 12. I have not gained any weight back. I've actually even been able to wear other rings, even though I'm not wearing any today. But I feel like that is all amazing progress, and I'm excited for that. The goals, I've put my dots and stuff in. These are definitely going to be noted here. But I kind of wanted to write them down on a sticky note first just to get my thoughts together. So later on, I will go back and write those in. Vitamins. If I take them twice a day, they will be marked down for that day. I'm also noting if there's going to be continuing hot flashes or irritability because I feel like those are the 2 biggest symptoms. I do get tired. I do even get the chills once in a while, which is, believe it or not, still a symptom. It's just not as common. But I feel like those are the 2 big ones. So that's where we're going to go from there. To do, I'm not exactly sure yet. I don't know exactly, like what goals I want to do and write down for to do, which is why, again, they're still on the sticky note. Now, this bucket list, you guys, this was like a masterpiece and it, it didn't film. So in any case, as you guys know, I have, hang on, those are the leftover September stickers. I always have this little Amazon book next to me. This is a reusable sticker book that I keep Robin stickers in. I have done bucket lists before. I have leftover stickers from Halloween and fall. Those are what I used here. We'll get into that in a second. And I still have some left over from Christmas and winter. So that was what I decided to do on this page. I'm not even going to put a quote here. I think it's just literally going to be all the bucket list and then, of course, my little important squares. So visiting farmers market, I found a place that is, I think, slightly north of us that is, you know, you can do apple picking, you can hike, you can, there's like a bakery, there's all kinds of stuff. Well, Bobby and I have never been there, so we're definitely going to go. And I want to write down when we do that. I've never gone apple picking, so I definitely want to write that down as well. I want to start taking fall hikes, not necessarily just here, but all over. So I definitely want to write down the first day we do that in September. I want to binge a fall TV show. I have done Gilmore Girls in the past because I love it. Like you, Robin, I agree. It's a great fall show. But I'm curious to see if there's something else. So I might kind of do a little deep diving on fall TV shows or good shows to binge in the fall and see what I come up with. But I would like to do that. Cozy socks. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Savor a pumpkin drink. Excuse me. I prefer apple, but I definitely want to at least have one pumpkin drink this year because I don't dislike pumpkin. I just prefer apple. Burn a fall candle, which I'm kind of doing. But that's okay. I'll write it down the first day I do it in September because it's not always every day. So I will make sure I write that down. I did not decorate these pages yet or like the review pages. So I will get to that at a different time. But I have to say, guys, I'm really excited for the way the month is turning out. I know August didn't go as well as I had hoped. However, I'm still sticking to the certain things. I feel like the habits are still in play. And even though I'm not 100% back on track where I want to be, I feel like I'm still making at least steady, consistent progress. And by that, I mean, you know, the meals are still decent. Even though we do eat out, I'm still eating relatively healthy. I'm not eating poor choices. And even though I haven't gotten back to working out, I've still consistently stayed. You know, like I get outside, I do things outside, you know, I've got a lot going on. So, you know, other than just tightening the reins in on maybe eating out a bit less and making sure I do take the vitamins twice a day, I feel like I've actually stuck to pretty much everything. And I think that is why I really want to start taking my stat information down every month, because I can tell I have not gained any weight. Obviously, I'm still in the same size, but I'm curious to see how those numbers are going to change once I do kind of tighten the reins a little bit and start getting back on track, because I was following my routine relatively loosely in July and August, and things haven't changed for me physically. So, you know, I think that that is important. And I think that's important to note that even if you're not necessarily working out, you know, if you're watching what you're eating and you're watching what you're doing and taking good care of yourself, it does actually reflect in the final product, so to speak. So for September, like I said, these are the goals. I will be writing them down. I'm, you know, interested in noting what my dinners will be. You know, and I'm excited to fill out this bucket list, and I'm excited to, you know, get back to a little bit more of a normal routine. You know, I've been making steps in the right direction. Now I just need to take a bigger one in September. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I am so sorry that my phone like flipped out and apparently didn't film everything. I was so excited when this worked out, and yeah, it didn't film. Only part of it filmed. And it was literally like the first, I think, 5 minutes. And I went back and checked. There were no phone calls. There were no messages, nothing. No texts. So apparently it is just the phone. So in any case, I will handle that, and hopefully it won't be a big deal in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Robin, thank you so much for continuing to do these collaborations with me. I really, truly enjoy them. I'm going to go ahead and put my little divider back in. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions, leave them down below. I will link Robin's companion video, her YouTube channel, and also her Etsy shop so that you guys can check out these adorable, adorable kits, because you guys, come on. Look how cute this is. I love it. So hope you have a great day, guys. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you in the next one.